there, my friend. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from wherever you are. My name is Mary Karuga from Tevri Consulting, the place where we inspire, equip, and support you to grow. Today, I want to share with you tiny shifts that you can make in your life in 2023 that will give you unbelievable results, actually massive results. And there is nothing major you need to do, a very few tiny shifts that you need to make on your behavior, on the way you live your life, and they will give you massive success. Before we start, if it is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, please subscribe. I normally do this kind of videos that help people with their self-development, with their self-awareness, with their growth and success. And I would like you to be part of this journey. It is a long journey, but you start small, one step at a time, until you reach the goals that you have set for your life. I know that because I also started small. There is a time I didn't have anything. There is a time I was struggling to make ends meet. There is a time I was even suffering to put a plate of food on table for my children. But during that time, I discovered self-development, where you start working on yourself. You work harder on yourself than you work on anything else. You try to improve yourself bit by bit. And that is how I made to be someone and to be where I am today. And because I made it, I believe everyone else can make it. And that is why I am out here trying to help people and even to share the small knowledge I have gathered along the way. So today, let us focus on these 5 tiny shifts that you can make in this 2023 to make sure that this year will not be like any other year prior to it. First thing you need to start doing differently. It is you need to start expecting good things. You see, attitude is everything. If you expect good things to happen in your life and you keep a positive attitude, and you pray for good things to happen and you speak them out, then it happens that life gives you what you are asking for. And sometimes you even only ask by thinking. Your thoughts, whatever you are thinking every now and then, is what materializes in your life. If every time you are expecting a bad thing will happen, for example, now we know, especially in our country, Kenya, right now, we are experiencing famine. We are experiencing a very hard economic time, and most people are jobless, and it is possible that you may think that your year will not be any different. You cannot see, how will I make this year different? And maybe everywhere you look, you only see negative things. So you are only expecting negative things. You have not learned to expect positive things. But let me tell you, if you need to see a difference in this year, you have to change your whole attitude. Keep on telling yourself every morning that today will be a better day than yesterday. This week will be a better week than last week. This year will be a better year than last year. In fact, keep on telling yourself, keep on even saying it loud, even as you walk along corridors at your workplace or even in your house. Keep on repeating these words to yourself, that I am expecting good things. Keep on declaring that this will be a better day than yesterday. And for sure, it will be. Number 2, the other thing you need to do differently in 2023 is that you need to have a goal. Let me ask you, do you have a goal in 2023? And before you answer yes, tell me, is it well written? Do you know where it is? Is it a clear goal? Is it something you'll be able to say that now I have achieved, that now I have arrived, as in, is it measurable? Is it something that you can explain to anyone else and they will understand exactly what you're trying to work towards? That is what we call a goal. Don't move into 2023 blind. Don't start from January up to December without knowing exactly what was I working towards. Have something for yourself, something that you know, if I achieve this in this year, then my year will be different from other years, or I'll have moved a step further in my life. You need a goal, and the goal needs to be written down, and it needs to be a SMART goal. SMART means it needs to be specific, it needs to be measurable, it needs to be achievable, it needs to be realistic, and at the same time it has to have a time frame. You cannot just work with an open time saying, someday I will achieve this goal. You need to know exactly by when you need to achieve this goal. The third thing you need to do differently in 2023, be a little curious. Just be a little curious. Don't accept things as they are in your life. Ask yourself a few questions. Why are things like this? And the people who have made it in life, how is it that they made it? What did they do differently? What am I not doing? If, for example, you have been trying to start a business, maybe to put up a salon or maybe to put up a small kiosk at your area, go to a person who is already doing that and ask them, how did this happen? How did you start? Where did you start? How does it start? What do I need to know for me to start? Let me tell you something. Where you are right now is equivalent to the knowledge you are applying in your life. Probably not the knowledge you have, because sometimes we have knowledge that we are not using. But if you're applying all the knowledge you have, then your level of life is equivalent to the knowledge you have. The more knowledge you have, the better your life. So if you're just seated waiting for things to fall into place and you are not learning anything new, you are not searching for information, then you are not going to change. We change when we know different. We change when we know things can work if I do this and that. If you knew, you could have already done it and you couldn't be where you are in your life. So make it a point to know, to ask questions. And when you approach people and you want to ask them, start small, start a friendship first so that they will feel comfortable to share details of something with you. You cannot come to me today and ask me, hey, Mary, how is coaching done? And I give you all my secrets if I've never seen you. But if you first become my friend, ask me, how was your day? How has it been? I want to buy this. I want to be your friend here. And also support me, support my program, support things that I'm doing. Then I can be able to teach you. In the same way, if you go to a salonist, then the first thing you want to do is to create a relationship. Just help them, sometimes fixing some hairs or doing something small. Spend a little time with them until you get to know them and they get to know you back. And that way, slowly by slowly, they'll share all their secrets with you, all their trade secrets with you. And that is what you're interested in. Don't sit at home waiting for things to change and not doing anything about it. Get out there, become a little curious. Curiosity will save your life. Now, before we go to point 4 and 5, let me take this opportunity to remind you, if you're finding this content helpful, then it is a high time you go and subscribe to this channel. Also, on the description section of this video, you will find other videos just like this one. Go and click a few and listen to them. So let us continue. The fourth thing I want you to do differently in 2023 is try to wake up a little earlier and sleep a little bit later than you have been sleeping before. I want you to try and add at least 2 hours, 2 extra hours in your day, every single day, 2 active hours. And these 2 hours, I want you to dedicate them to your self-development. And self-development means thinking, just sitting by yourself and thinking, how can I change my life this year? For example, if you're employed, it is a high time to start thinking, how can I start a side hustle that will supplement my income? Don't just sit there waiting for the paycheck. And you know very well this paycheck is not enough. It is not paying your bills. Think of different things that you can start. Dedicate 1 hour just to think of something you can start doing that will improve your life. And when you start thinking, ideas will start flowing. The reason you have nothing going on is because you never think about it. You never secured any time to dedicate it to thinking about yourself. Think, is it a course I need to learn? And if so, then take this 1 hour in the morning or in the evening to go back to school to study a course. Nowadays, there are online courses. You can do a lot in the morning by yourself before everybody turns up in the office or just before you go to the office. You see, we like complaining. We like complaining that our lives are not going the way we want. And we like blaming other people. But when you look at yourself, you will find you even sleep too long. It is okay to sleep 6 hours. That's what the doctors have told us. And you know, the doctors always exaggerate. So even 5 hours, 4 hours will not harm you too much when you are developing yourself. But you sleep at 9, you wake up at 6 or 7. That is over 8 hours, 9 hours of sleep. You don't need that. That is too much luxury for someone who is trying to build themselves. You need to create time for your self-development. Go back to school or start a business or do something else that will take up that time. This reminds me, I used to have a boss that I used to work with at a certain point. And this guy used to run over 5 businesses. And I used to wonder, how does he manage to run 5 successful businesses all at once? And I am here struggling even just to show up for his work. And I noted one thing with that guy. Every single day I found him in the office, no matter how early I came. And then in the evening, I always left him there. During the day, he could go for his errands, attend to all businesses, but every day he could come back to the office. And sometimes he could just come, sit down, extend his legs on his tables and close his eyes and just appear as if he's sleeping. I used to think he's sleeping. Until one day he told me, this is my time to think of how best I'll manage my businesses tomorrow. What will I start with? What will I go to next? And then trying to generate ideas. How will I make things work better? Trying to get solution for the problems of the day. The things you told me we need to improve. The things other people told me we need to improve. This is the time I come, sit down, and I try to internalize all those things and look for solutions. And then I saw myself as a very dumb person because I always used to think he sleeps in the office. And he is coming early and leaving late so that he can think. And I never used to do the same thing. And no matter then, my life was not as good as his. But when I learned that every single hour spent trying to mold yourself, it will increase your value in this world and it will make you a better person. Then I started spending more time on myself. I do not have to sleep for 8 hours. I can sleep for 4 hours and still function properly, for 6 hours and still function properly. So ask yourself, do you need to be sleeping the way you sleep? Do you need to be spending all the time that you spend on TV? Just cut 1 hour from TV, from social media, and try to use that time to develop yourself. And you will see how your life will change in 2023. Number 5, the 5th thing that you need to change is that you need to network. You need to start to talk to people. And I want you to start talking with people who are higher than you, people who are where you want to go next. Start spending time with them. Go around and look who is already succeeding in what I want and talk to them. As I said, you need to be curious. Also, you need to talk to people. You need to have friends who are supporting your journey to success. Somebody once told me that success is a team game. You do not succeed alone. You need other people to push you and also to pull you. When you are falling down, you need somebody to hold your hand. And these people, you have to get out there and reach out to them. They will not know you exist until you reach out to them. That is it, my friend. 5 tiny shifts you can make in your life in 2023 to make it a great year. And here you'll always be proud to remember. Let us do a quick recap. 5 things that you can do differently in 2023. Number 1, start expecting good things. Number 2, have a goal. Number 3, be a little curious. Number 4, wake up early, sleep late. Number 5, network and network upwards. Work with people who are going where you are going. That is it, and I'm happy that you listened to me. Thank you for your time. Please remember to subscribe, and if you can share this video, let other people also learn. Bye-bye.